If you're thinking of giving up, it's better not to continue watching this video because it's too risky if you keep going, because it will make you hallucinate within the facts. In this video, I will be conducting another experiment on a bird, and perhaps not many will believe what I'm doing. However, I've been doing this since 2019 with the small birds I own. Whether you believe it or not is entirely up to you, but I've tried it many times and succeeded. If you want to try, all you need to do is watch and follow exactly the way I do it. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to ask in the comment section, and I'll help answer any questions you might find confusing. I bought this bird in an untamed state, but I want to turn it into a companion for play and eventually train it to perform some tricks. After placing it in a small cage, I made sure to include its favorite food in the cage, along with clean drinking water. Then, leave the bird in that state for a few days to allow it to adapt and become accustomed to its new environment. In the morning of the third day, I removed the empty food dish, as I had let the bird eat in this small cage for the past 2 days. You can notice that the bird's movements are less aggressive than before, and this is due to the use of the small cage. After taking out the food dish in the morning, I don't feed it again until the evening, only providing drinking water. The water must always be available in the cage and should never run out. In the evening, I will feed it with its favorite food, canary seed. You can see the shape of the food I use. I feed the bird by hand using my fingers. First, dip your finger in water, then dip it into the bird food and feed it through the bars of the cage. You can watch how I feed the bird and do it calmly, slowly, and without making any sudden movements that might startle or scare the bird. This feeding should be done when the bird is hungry. If the bird is already willing to eat from your fingers, the next step is to take a few canary seeds, and you can see them between my 2 fingers. Then I offer them to the bird again, repeating the process until the bird is full. Feeding the bird by hand like this takes a few days. Each time you feed the bird, you must do it exactly as I do, until the bird no longer hesitates to approach your fingers when it wants to eat its favorite food from your hand. This process can take 1 or 2 days, or even longer, depending on the bird's character. On the 4th day, I will try to feed it outside the cage by hand. Here are some important things to remember when doing this process. First, the bird must be hungry. Second, it should be in a closed room to prevent it from flying far outside. Third, avoid noisy places that might startle the bird. Fourth, remain calm and don't make any sudden movements that could scare the bird. And fifth, be patient, as the bird may not respond to your feeding right away. You can follow my method and every movement as I feed it. If you are still unsure or not ready to proceed with this process, it's best not to do it until you feel fully prepared. Every bird has a different personality, and even though the handling is the same, I don't know how you treat your bird daily. Next, I place its favorite food on my palm and slowly extend my hand toward the bird to prevent it from feeling scared. The goal is for the bird to hop onto my hand to eat. During this process, your patience will be tested, as sometimes the bird may not want to come up right away and may even bite your hand. However, keep your hand still. Don't flinch or make any sounds that might startle the bird. Your hand should remain steady until the bird decides to hop onto it to eat its favorite food. Once the bird is on your hand, offer it food using your fingers to feed it. Continue to do this calmly, so the bird feels comfortable while on your hand. Then, gently place the bird back on the cage. After that, encourage the bird to hop back onto your hand by offering food that you pinch between your fingers. Do this process with great care, ensuring that the bird does not feel scared or startled, which would make it uncomfortable. Continue this method until the bird no longer hesitates to hop onto your hand. The next day, the process is almost the same as the previous day, but I will teach you how to train the bird to fly to me. You just need to encourage the bird to fly to your hand using its favorite food. The method is quite simple. You just need to adjust the distance between your hand and the bird so that it is motivated to fly to your hand. While the previous day focused on teaching the bird to hop onto your hand, today you will teach the bird to fly to your hand. The distance should be adjusted gradually, starting from a close range of about 10 centimeters. Once the bird successfully flies to your hand from that distance, you can gradually increase the distance to see how far the bird can go. This process is enjoyable, as if successful, you will gain an experience you haven't had before, and not everyone knows how to do it. Now the bird can be considered tame, but do not play with it outside before it has bonded, because to be played with outside, the bird must first bond after becoming tame. What is bonding? Bonding in animals is the process of building an emotional relationship and trust between the animal and its owner or humans. This process includes consistent positive interactions, attention, and effective communication, so that the animal feels safe, comfortable, and close to humans. Benefits of bonding with animals: trust and loyalty. Animals that have a strong bond with their owners will be more trusting and loyal. They tend to be easier to train and feel safe near their owners. Better behavior. Animals that have a positive emotional relationship with their owners will display better behavior and experience less stress. Mental health for both the animal and the owner. Bonding benefits not only the animal but also the owner. This relationship can provide happiness, reduce stress, and enhance the emotional well-being of both parties. Conclusion: the bonding process is a key aspect of forming a harmonious relationship between humans and animals. With patience, consistency, and the right attention, you can create a strong and beneficial bond for both your pet and yourself. For the time being, keep the bird quiet in the small cage until it bonds, and continue the training every day. In addition to showing you how to tame a bird, I will also inform you on how to keep the bird tame. Here are several things to avoid when caring for a bird to keep it tame. Ignoring interaction. Avoid not interacting with the bird regularly. Birds need attention and affection from their owners to feel comfortable and safe. Sudden environmental changes. Do not frequently move the cage or change the environment suddenly. Too rapid changes can stress the bird and make it uncomfortable. Using loud noises. Avoid making loud or noisy sounds around the bird. Startling noises can frighten the bird and disrupt the bonding process. Sudden movements. Do not make sudden movements when near the bird. Quick movements can startle the bird and make it fearful. Forcing touching the bird. Avoid forcing the bird to be near you or touch it if it is not ready. Allow the bird to approach you on its own terms. Keeping the bird in the cage too long. Do not leave the bird in the cage for too long without playtime outside. Birds need to explore their environment to maintain their mental and physical health. Giving unhealthy food. Avoid giving food that is unsuitable or unhealthy for the bird. Poor nutrition can affect the bird's health and behavior. Lack of consistency in care. Avoid inconsistency in your care routine. Birds will feel safer if there is a clear routine in feeding, cleaning, and interaction. Ignoring the bird's health. Do not ignore signs of illness or stress in the bird. It is essential to monitor the bird's health and consult a veterinarian promptly if needed. Neglecting the bird's social needs. Avoid leaving the bird alone for too long. Birds are social creatures and need interaction with both humans and other birds. By avoiding the above points, you can help your bird remain tame and happy while building a strong bond between you and your pet. In the upcoming videos, I will showcase the process of training birds to perform tricks, starting from basic tricks to more challenging ones. Not only will I cover the training process, but I will also discuss how to ensure the bird bonds well, along with some tips on the needs and requirements for trick-performing birds. That's all from us on how to tame a bird. If you find this channel beneficial, don't forget to subscribe. If the videos I create are useful to you, please like and leave supportive comments, as that will greatly motivate me to keep creating